have another call I have to go to.
Sir,
be safe pulling out into traffic.
It's a federal law. You don't know the law.
Welcome back to Enforced, where we show you the most shocking and controversial police footage. Today, we're exposing 3 cases where cops got schooled by supercar owners. For our first clip, we take you to Oregon, where a tourist is pulled over by an aggressive state trooper rummer. The tourist from Dubai was passing through Albany, Oregon on his way to Vancouver, Canada, when he was stopped by Trooper Rummer, who was clueless about federal and international driving laws.
Hello.
Hey, I'm Trooper Rummer with the state police. I got a little microphone.
Nice to meet you.
Gonna record our conversation, okay?
Yes, sir.
The reason I'm stopping you is because you don't have any license plates on this car.
Okay.
Any reason for that?
I'm from Dubai. It's my license plate right there.
Okay, but you're not in Dubai.
I'm visiting as a tourist.
Well, no, you're not visiting as a tourist if you brought a car with you. Okay, do you have your driver's license with you?
Yeah, of course. How it works is we ship the cars, we get a permit, and
you don't have a permit.
What you need is a carnet.
What's that?
A carnet. It's a very rare thing. I know you're confused, but we
No,
fly
I'm
them.
not confused. If you want to drive this car,
Yeah.
you have to have a license plate from somewhere in the United States or a trip permit, which you don't have. Do you have your driver's license with you?
Yes, sir. Yeah, the way it works is we get a EPA exemption.
Pardon me?
A EPA exemption. And then a carnet de passage.
Do you have any of that?
Of course, yeah. I'm going to provide
Do
everything.
you have something that says you can drive this car on the road?
Yes, sir.
Let's take a look at that.
Of course. So it's going to be a lot of documents. I'll give you one by one.
Because I think what you're talking about is the ability to import this, and what I'm talking about is registering it.
No. Well,
You have your driver's license with you.
yeah. I'm just trying to answer your questions. Well, it's a temporary thing. I'm visiting as a tourist.
I can't hear you.
It's a temporary import.
It's a what?
It's a temporary import. It's not a permanent thing. We fly our cars here, we do our trips, and we fly them back. That's how it works. I know it's confusing, but...
No, it's not confusing. It's very simple.
No,
All
sir.
right. If you have some sort of import,
Yeah.
that's to get it into the country. Okay. Let me see what you have that says you can drive it on the road in Oregon.
You understand in a second.
Pardon me?
You're gonna understand in a second.
I'm pretty sure I know what I'm talking about right now.
So this is my permit. It's an international federal agreement.
Okay.
And I'm gonna provide you with a driver's license in a second.
Do you have your insurance with you?
Yes, sir. So this would be the international driver's license, which they come as a package. There you go. The other part is inside it as well. This would be the registration of the vehicle.
What is this?
The registration of the vehicle.
Okay.
Yeah.
What I need is proof of insurance.
Sure.
This is
So the
this is Canada. Okay.
No, sir.
There you go.
This is UAE.
I need your insurance.
All right. Why are you so defensive? I'm trying
Pardon me?
Why are you so defensive? I'm trying to.
No, I'm just asking for these documents, and you won't quit talking about other stuff.
No, sir. I provide you everything
I
you've
want
asked
your
for.
insurance. Okay.
I provide you.
I don't need anything else right now.
Sure. You just asked me for the document.
Pardon me?
You just asked for a document. I provided you, and I'm gonna provide you the insurance in a second, sir. Just give me a second.
Why don't you keep working on that, and I'll be back with you in a minute.
Sure.
So far, Trooper Rummer seems to have it out for the tourist. He is aggressive from the get-go and refuses to calmly listen or be understanding in a situation he clearly knows little about. The tourist here has done a commendable job as he calmly answers all the questions and tries to explain the situation to a very difficult Trooper Rummer as best as possible in the given scenario. After being provided with multiple documents that he doesn't seem to know much about, Trooper Rummer finally takes a minute to go back to his vehicle and hopefully get some much-needed advice on the topic, something he should have done a lot sooner.
Did you find your insurance?
Yes, sir. There you go.
This is not insurance.
Sir, on the bottom, you can read it. It's insurance. The policy number is there as well.
Where are you taking this car?
I'm going to Canada.
We're going where?
I'm going to Canada, Vancouver.
Where did you import the car into?
From Canada, I drove it in here. I do a road trip every 2 years.
You do a what trip?
Imagine you want to drive your car in Europe. What do? You ship your car there, you drive it for a month, and you ship it back.
No, that's not what I do. Okay, look, you.
What is your question, officer? I can answer your question.
Look.
Yes, sir.
Here's your stuff here. You got to get a temporary permit, okay? I have another call I have to go to.
Sir,
be safe pulling out into traffic.
It's a federal law. You don't know the law. What the?
Trooper Rummer seems to come back with some understanding of the situation, but continues with his aggressive demeanor, which seems to have gotten only a slight improvement. Even after confirming the insurance and asking a couple of questions, Trooper Rummer is as confused as ever. Then, after a short pause, he uses a terrible excuse about another call to end the conversation and leave the tourist with vague advice about getting a permit, which is clearly not required. Of course, no officer is expected to know 100% about every law and regulation, but they should, at the very least, be calm and polite in the face of something new, especially when the othered individual is being so helpful. Next, we take you to Bridgeport, Connecticut, where Damon from Daily Driven Exotics gets approached by a police officer as soon as he parks his car. The officer states that he pulled Damon over for speeding but doesn't have radar or laser to back it up, just pacing. Let's see what happens next.
Police officer came in behind me when we came in here.
Police officer right here behind me. He said the Lamborghini. At first he yelled Range Rover.
I don't even know. It must be noise. It wasn't going that fast.
Oh, so I pulled you over for speeding. Hey, YouTube channel?
I wasn't speeding.
You were.
How fast?
Back on Bridgeport, you're going about 70.
No, I looked. I was doing 50.
Because I was going 60 and you were getting away from me.
So do you have it on radar or laser?
Pacing.
You weren't behind me.
I was.
Really?
Yep.
You have that on camera on the dash cam?
No dash cam.
No dash cam?
Nope.
So it's just your word against mine?
Yep.
All right.
Yep. Do you have your driver's license and your insurance, sir?
I do.
Excellent. You have a YouTube channel?
I do.
Excellent. What's it called?
Daily Driven Exotics.
Daily Driven Exotics. How many subscribers?
Just shy of 3 million.
3 million.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I've heard it before.
Yeah, right on. Do you guys go to court a lot for pacing?
Do I go to court a lot for pacing?
Yeah, like when people like.
Well, I'm not gonna give
dispute
you.
it.
I won't give you the reason as to why people dispute it.
No, I know why people do. I know why, but have you been to court for that before?
I have.
And do you feel like when you give an explanation of pacing someone behind them, like you have to be behind the person?
I was behind you.
You weren't right behind me. I was looking in my rearview mirror. You weren't behind me at all.
I was in the number 1 lane. You were in the number 2 lane.
And how many cars back?
About 2.
So you were behind another car behind me.
I wasn't behind you.
Right.
Directly.
So you're in an opposite lane. Behind a car.
No. You were in the number 2. So you were in the curb lane. I was in the closer lane to the double yellow.
Right. Correct. Yep. And then you were behind a car that was behind, obviously, the Gallardo, because the Gallardo was in that lane.
And then I see you driving away from me while I'm going 60.
Well, I mean, if you were looking down doing 60.
Yep.
So you were looking down, but you weren't looking up at me. Or you were looking down and looking at me at the same time. These are just questions I'll ask in court, right?
I know. But did I say I was going to give you a ticket?
No, you didn't, but I like to ask questions.
That's fair.
Which isn't illegal.
No, that's fair.
And you seem like a cool guy, I can tell already, because you were smiling when you asked me about YouTube, so
there you go.
I'm not saying I'm going to get a ticket.
No, I know.
I actually think I shouldn't. Because you seem like a cool guy.
So I'm gonna have my own reasons for whether I do give you or don't give you a ticket.
100%, yeah. You're just doing your job, I get it. Yeah. Whether I get a ticket or not get a ticket, I think you're being a cool cop.
Okay,
yeah.
well thank you.
Yeah.
Just your full name and date of birth?
Damon Fryer, January 30th, 1979.
And is this your vehicle?
It's my corporation's vehicle.
Corporation, okay, so leased vehicle. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's for business use.
Fair enough, okay. Does that fall under YouTube as well?
100%.
Sure, the officer in this case was cool enough, but more importantly, he was smart. He pulled over a driver with anything but a solid case for speeding and quickly realizes that, or rather, he's made to realize it. Damon confidently yet respectfully asks all the right questions to deter the officer from giving him a ticket for speeding. After all, the officer had no radar, no laser, and the pacing was done from 2 cars behind in a very different lane that definitely had a tough chance of holding up in court. Once he knows what he's in for, the officer quickly saves himself by saying that he never said he was going to give a ticket. What a save! Is that how things are now? Officers pull you over for speeding and stop for a chat, but the ticket is optional? In the last case for today's episode, we take you to Calgary, Alberta in Canada. Over here we have Norm, who gets pulled over every time an officer runs his plates. We'll get to what's up with his plates in a minute, but why do the officers always end up running his plates when Norm drives safely and follows all the rules and regulations? Is it simply because he drives an exotic car?
Hey, good morning.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Not too bad. Just stopped you because your license plate's not coming back to anything, man.
Perfect. Do you want me to grab you my license and registration for sure? So it's a dealer plate.
Okay.
So it's registered to my company and I got my insurance on me.
So are you using it for work or what are you using it for?
Yeah, I'm driving to work right now.
Okay.
I'm allowed to have a company car.
Okay.
So that's my license.
It's a dealer plate. You're only supposed to use it for work or what, right? Like for work purposes?
Yeah, I'm driving to work right now.
Yeah, but you're just taking it home and doing whatever you want with it?
No, I'm allowed to drive a company car.
Okay.
I actually have the regulations if you want me to pull them up.
Okay, I'll just give you a few seconds.
Okay, sure.
Thanks, buddy.
At this point, everything is pretty straightforward. The officer pulled Norm over because his plates weren't coming back to anything, which is how dealer plates work. The officer doesn't seem to know much about dealer plates, but he follows basic procedures nicely, asks a couple of questions, and returns to his vehicle with some help on the situation.
Hey, but can I just grab the VIN from the door?
Yeah, of course. It's just right here. And as I was explaining, because apparently this might be a stolen car, I can, you're investigating the possibility of it being a stolen car.
I called a traffic sergeant. Yeah. So the ticket for these vehicles, for the plate, like the reason stopped you, is because you're only supposed to put the dealer plate on vehicles that someone's taking for a test drive, or someone's taking to and from service, or it's being advertised as a for sale vehicle, right? You're not supposed to put a dealer plate on any vehicle for the company to use for personal, for personal reasons. Yeah.
Over here, you've got 2 officers on the scene with Norm, and one of them is checking the VIN, which is pretty unnecessary for a stop like this, and does nothing but waste time. The first officer had come back after a talk with the traffic sergeant, but what's surprising is that everything he explains about the regulations is incomplete and continues to state that you cannot use the vehicle for personal use, which is wrong.
And I actually have the email from them with the actual regulations. I am allowed to drive the vehicle for personal use.
I'm not even taking anything.
You're gonna have to give me a minute just to pull it up.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
But I have it saved in my... Because I've been down this road before, you know what I mean?
Norm continues to tell the officers that he can in fact drive this vehicle and that he's got official regulations to back him up. It's unfortunate that Norm has to be the one to educate them about the rules and regulations, especially when one of the officers has gone back and consulted with a traffic sergeant only to come back with wrong information.
You could be driving to or from meeting a client, things like that.
Yep.
You're clearly using this to go home and go to work, right?
As of this moment in time, I am leaving a condo downtown, driving to work, yes.
Yeah. So that's where it comes in, and there is, like my partner alluded to, like there is a ticket for that, right?
Yeah, no, I understand that. So this is dated actually from 2011, but it's important changes to operating licensing and vehicle control regulations regarding the use of dealer plates in Alberta, and there's all the subsections and everything. But let me just turn up my screen here. It will be repealed and substituted with the following: for the purpose of subsection 1B, used in promotion of sales by the holder of the dealer certificate or agent includes personal use of the vehicle by the holder of the dealer certificate of registration.
Wait, read that first line again.
It's being repealed with this.
Yeah, but what was the first line again?
For the purpose of subsection 1, subsection B, used in the promotion of sales. Yeah, this is promotion of sales.
You told us you're driving it from home to work.
But promotion of sales, I also like meet up with people. People see me in traffic. One guy that passed, he knows me, he follows me on Instagram. So it is promotion of sales. I sell high, and I'm not arguing with you guys. I sell high end.
Where we're coming from.
Yes,
right? Okay.
but it is both sides, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not arguing with you that there for sure is a business aspect of that.
Yeah.
I don't think we're not saying that you're not allowed to be driving a vehicle. I'm just saying there's a weird gray area in there.
For sure, yeah.
We have a duty to investigate.
No, of course, yeah. And I'm not giving you guys a hard time, believe me. Like, I know police get a hard enough time as it is, and I want to make it as easy and transparent for you guys. But it does say, like, a family member of the holder of the employee, the holder's employee.
I just want to see it so I can learn myself a little bit. At the end of the day, if the Crown doesn't care, I don't care either.
And if you want, like, if you give me your card, I can email you the actual document.
No, I got it here. Yes.
Okay, cool.
It's as clear as day. Norm is in the right, and he can use the vehicle for personal use as stated by the regulations. The first officer was more understanding and knew what was what once Norm showed him the regulations. However, the second officer repeatedly tried to convince him that there could be a ticket for this, and even after listening to the regulations, he tried to twist it to make it seem like his actions were okay and were somehow required. At the end of the day, Norm was able to leave without a ticket, but not before wasting a ton of time educating officers on a pointless stop.